Feel like all I've been doing is reviewing planners and pens, but you know what? That's what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep doing it. So we're going to review this guy today. Hi everybody, today I am taking a look at the Erin Condren new teacher lesson planner. Now I purchased this myself using referral credits. This is not sponsored. I got this myself and these are my opinions. I wasn't intending on ordering one of these. I'm not a teacher. I don't homeschool. I'm a parent, but I'm not a teacher. But then I was looking online at the layout of it and I thought to myself I might actually be able to make some use out of this. So I figured I'd order it, go through the planner, show you guys, and then explain kind of how I think I'm going to use it. These pens, which are not available for sale, were given as a gift with purchase, and they're gel pens, and I really wanted to try them. I have had very uneven luck with Erin Condren pens. I love the shit out of these like dual tip markers that they sell, but they had some rollerball pens in the past that like leaked all over me and I did not like them. So I'm curious to see how I like these, but I was like, well, I want those pens and I could make something with this plant. Who knows? This is me justifying bringing more shit into my house. The other gift that they gave me were some of these gift labels. And I don't know if you can still get these things for free if you order the teacher planner, but if you do, then the pens and the gift labels. And these are like school-oriented gift labels. These feel very elementary school, so I may give these to some of my friends who are teachers rather than as gift labels to my kids' teachers, if that makes sense. Plus, we just ended the school year, so I'm not going to be doing more teacher gifts at all until like the holidays, likely. So I may forget that these even exist. As for these pens, I will test these out when I do my pen test in this planner later. So we'll set those to the side for now. So this teacher planner is bigger than the standard Erin Condren. And even though I think intellectually I knew that, I didn't quite realize how much bigger it was going to be until I actually got it. So for example, this is my Erin Condren regular planner. It's 7x9, right? This is the difference with the teacher planner. The teacher planner is 8.5 by 11. They're basically like letter-sized paper as opposed to the standard planner. You can customize your covers. One of the things I found a little frustrating with the teacher planner covers, if you pick one of the cover options that has like Mr. or Miss or whatever on it, like as the prefix to your name, you're only given so many characters, I think up to 4, and you can't get rid of that line. I'm not a teacher. I didn't want like Mrs. Guentert-Baldo on my planner. I just wanted to say like Cindy or something, and you can't do that with some of their cover design. This like wood grain cover is not the one I originally wanted, but it was one of the only ones where I could just do a monogram rather than like deal with the teacher name. And so that was, if you're buying this and you're not a teacher, I understand they're geared towards teachers, but it's kind of frustrating. I do like this cover though, not gonna lie. And the covers are removable. So I think they have notebook covers that are like the same size as this. I think you can get like for a spiral 8.5 by 11 notebook. So I may be able to swap a cover out with, if I just order a reusable cover that is that size, but I don't know for sure. I haven't done that yet. And then this is just the standard ruler that comes with the EC planners. Now it's got the same like woven situation. Now they don't have a difference between colorful and neutral. There's the one color scheme that you can pick, but you can decide if it's going to be the academic July through June layout or the January through December layout. It's 12 months or 12 months. I chose the July through June because that's generally how I pick most of my planners, and it gives you your spot for your name on the front. Now here is the all about me section, information for passwords, for resources, blah, blah, blah. And then contact information for like events and volunteers. If I do use this as I plan to use it, I'm probably just going to ignore this section. Now, much like the Erin Condren planner itself, the divider pages are like a stiffer cardstock than the regular pages, which are a nice thick paper. And then the tabs are cardstock that are laminated, but the laminate only comes so far on the page. You can see it there. So any of these pages that have like dividers on them are going to be super like sturdy. Now this section is the communication log, and this is, I think, meant to talk to like either kids or parents. I'm not sure, but for me, what I'm thinking about using this for, because, okay, maybe I should just stop. I was going to just talk about it at the end, but I'm going to talk about it as I go through the planner. Now that I have the podcast, I'm discovering that my habits and how I plan like for YouTube and things like that, it's not adequate. anymore. And part of it's because with the podcast, I do interviews and I have to make sure that people they know when to be there and when the episodes, and I'm not great at it yet. And if you have been somebody that I have interviewed, I apologize if I've been all over the place because I'm still figuring my shit out. Everything I've done before was kind of built around doing YouTube and Patreon, and now I realize I've got so many sort of balls in the air, I said balls, that it's difficult for me to keep track of everything. And so this planner itself could be the thing that helps me with it. Of course, it could just be like everything else I've tried that hasn't worked, but you never know, right? So I'm going to talk about how I'm going to try and use this to manage all of like the business shit of my life as I go through it. So now, with that being said, this communication log, which I think is for parents or students, I think would be a really great way to keep track of the communication I have had with podcast guests. Because I have Asana that I use with my husband to help me with podcasting, but this way I can just look and see, have I emailed this person and have they responded or whatever? Like, I think this could be a way. I don't know exactly how I'm going to use it yet, but I think this could be a good way to track who I've asked to be on the podcast, who said yes, and when we're interviewing. This is the year at a glance. It's 18 months. It's from July 2018 to December 2019. And I don't know if I'm going to use this. I very rarely use these calendars, even in my regular planner, but I love how big this is. I love the size of this planner. Bigger is better in my mind. And then here is a whole year overview. I think the thing about this I'm not a big fan of is that because this is a July through June planner, it kind of makes me sad that these aren't flipped so that you can go July through June. By being this way, it's looking at the year as an academic year, as a calendar year, as opposed to academic. And because it's an academic planner, that's kind of frustrating. I guess I could work that way if I wanted to use this for like overviews of like when things happen, when I might want to have certain guests on or blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But this kind of threw me off a little bit. All right. So here it says graph on the tab, and then there's 2 spreads of graph paper. According to the planner, you can use this for seating arrangements or other things that are handy as a teacher. And as for me, I don't know what I'd use them for except as like places to take notes. I'm not sure. But it is nice to have 2 really nice big spreads. And then we go into a couple of regular lined note pages. And then another note page. You're making a difference every day. Dates to remember for July. So this is the start of July. This is the start of the monthly planner. And then we go into July. I love the size of this. The size of this planner is making me really happy, but I love having lots of room. So that is a big thing. It's very standard compared to like an Erin Condren monthly. Got the notes section and then the big pages. And I appreciate that. The thing it added in here that I wasn't expecting is that on the monthly calendar, there are dates of like children's authors. I don't know who all of them are, but I know that like E.B. White is the author of Charlotte's Web, and Peggy Parrish, I think she's the author of Amelia Bedelia. So like these are children's book authors whose birthdays are on the calendar, and I think that's kind of a cool touch, but it's not really necessary for me, but as a teacher, that could be pretty cool, especially if you're an elementary school teacher. And then here's the weekly layout. For teachers, this could be very cool. It gives you 6 slots, so that could be 6 subjects, 6 periods, depending on how you teach. And it's Monday through Friday, and then there's a notes section. Now, for the purposes of me, I'm probably going to divide this up into like YouTube and Patreon and the podcast and whatever else, and go down and mark in what I need to know for each day. The problem is it's only Monday through Friday, and I would really need Saturday and Sunday, and so I might have to use this notes section for Saturday and Sunday. But again, it's me trying to use this planner not as it was intended, but for my purposes. And so this could encourage me to do less work on the weekends maybe, or just divide this up into Saturday and Sunday. But I think that's how I'm going to use it. I do like the ombre, and it's the same color scheme as the other calendars, like the other new planners, which is nice that they coordinate. Now, I really like that there is a spread of note pages and then this same spread with more notes and then the dates to remember. That gives you, in between each month, you have 2 note pages, an additional note page, and then this page, as opposed to just one single note page, which is in the regular planner. Having all of that extra space is awesome to be able to take notes, do things like that. And I think I can make a lot of use out of that too, although I do a lot of note taking in my bullet journal, and I have no idea if I do use this, how I'm going to use this in tandem with the other planners I use. This could be me biting off more than I can chew. Here's an example of where the month changes over midweek, and you can see how the colors kind of ombre into each other, which I think looks really neat. New month starts in the new month, so like the end of October is not in the October section, it's in the November section, which I don't know if that's something that, you know, some people like and some people don't like. It's just something I wanted to point out. The other thing I will add is that while this is a Monday through Friday planner on the weekly pages, on the calendars, it is a Sunday start. Notice something else flipping through. Aside from the federal US holidays and the birthdays of authors, they have some other things marked in here that I guess are like national in the United States teaching times. Like in January, here's the Drug and Alcohol Awareness Week, which is like DARE, I guess, if you remember DARE, not the Gorillaz song, which I love, PS, but like DARE Week, where they talk about all that. And I like that they've got other things marked in here, like Black History Month was in there, Children's Book Week. But I think the thing that is kind of, okay, so it's awesome. Teacher Appreciation Day is in here. I think something I would add, or if anybody from Erin Condren is watching for your next teacher planner, it would be awesome if you put Administrative Assistant Day as well, or Administrator's Day or Secretary's Day or whatever they call it. I remember when I was president of the PTO at my kid's school, like there was the Teacher Appreciation Day, which was always awesome, but then we also went all out for the assistants and the administrators in the office on that day as well, because they do so much behind the scenes work. So that would be lovely to have recognized in a teacher planner as well. So now we're at the end of the months and we go into the checklist section. The standard version of the planner gives you 7 checklists. You can add more if you want for different prices, like 14 for $5, 21 for $7.50, and 28 for $10, and it adds more checklist pages. I opted to go for 14 because that way I'd have one for every month, because I may use this for habits or tracking of some sort. I don't know what yet. There's plenty of slots to do habits or anything you want to track and check off every day for the whole month. This is also meant for like grading or absence or whatever the case may be you want to do for checking off as a teacher. But for my purposes, I may use it as like moving my not self-care habits, but like the things I need to do every day or once a week or whatever for the business shit I do to here could be really awesome. And then it gives you a guideline where you can cut this off so that you only have to write it in once and have the checklist keep going on top if that's what you want to do. I have enough. I ordered the 14, so I paid the little bit extra so that I could have enough for one for every month. It still gives you 1 extra, but whatever. Or 2 extra, but I'm not going to worry about that. And then here is the back page with the quote and like their little advertisement. And then we get to stickers. There are 4 8.5 by 11 sheets of foiled. I think they're all foiled except for this last event sticker page, but the rest are foiled, and they're teacher specific. They say things like IEP, furlough, assembly, meeting, all that. So I may give these stickers to a friend of mine who's a teacher. These stickers I'll probably maybe get some use out of. These ones I will most likely give away. These are super adorable, but I may not use them, so I might give those away. And then these, I have so many of these from my different planners. I don't know if I'll ever use them all up, but one way or the other. And then we have a pocket, and much like in the regular planners, it's the same style, it's just bigger. And on this side, it's the nice big pocket and it's foiled. And then on the back, there's a shorter pocket, also foiled. And then instead of a zip pouch, they give you a paper protector, like a sheet protector that you can put papers into. And you actually can upgrade the number of these as well. You can go up, like one comes with it. And then if you add $1.50 for each, you can add on one more or two, like, so you can have a total of 1, 2, or 3, and just costs a little bit more the more you add to it. I have no idea if I'm going to use this or not. I probably will. I'll probably shove something in there. That's what she said. And then here's the back cover. So I didn't mention at the beginning, the base cost of this planner is $55, which is the same base cost as the regular planner, which I find pretty cool actually, because it is so much bigger. You can add on extra costs by changing your coil. It's the same coil options as the regular planner. You can do the silver, or you can go with the rose gold, the gold, or the black for an additional charge. If you want to go with a foiled cover, that comes with an additional charge. And then I mentioned the extras you can add, the extra check pages and the extra page protectors. So you can somewhat tweak this. It's not fully tweakable, but it is a little tweakable for your basic needs. So I'm going to do a quick pen test. I'm actually have no problem pen testing in this planner because since I got those extra pages on the back, I actually, if I'm going to even use this all year, I need 12 of these checklist pages, and I got 14 because that was the option they offered. So I'm going to pen test here. We'll check the other side. And then I also am going to try out these gel pens just to see what the colors look like. I won't be able to give you a full blown like review of them until I've had some more time with them, but I am curious to see how they work. So I have these new gel pens from the Erin Condren, and then I have a Target gel roller gel pen, a Razor V point fine liner from Pilot, and then a Tombow. So it's a gel pen, a fine liner, and a brush pen, so that you can see how all of those interact. I mean, this paper feels like the other Erin Condren paper, which works out really good. Ever since they've improved the paper, it has been so nice, but I want to show you anyway. All right, none of the pens bled through. There is that indentation that comes with gel pens. It comes from my heavy hand, so that's always going to happen, but you can't see them, and that's how it goes with Erin Condren paper. It works really well, so I have no complaints about the paper. As for these pens, so it's an 0.4 tip. I will say that the black right off the bat wrote really well. All three of the other colors skipped a little bit at first, and then they seemed to kind of wake up, but I'm going to need to test them more to be sure. I don't like the feel of writing with them, though. There's something about the shape of them that just doesn't feel, maybe they're too skinny for me. I don't know. They feel like ballpoint pens in my hand, but they write like a gel pen. The green also had a little bit of that like separation that happens like down the middle when there's like an empty streak sometimes with gel pens, but again, it may be because I just started them, so I'll have to do some more testing, but off the bat, I'm kind of meh on these. I also prefer gel pens with retractable tip rather than caps because I hate losing caps, but that's a personal preference, and they were free, so I'm not that, hated on them. Whatever the case may be. The colors are nice, though. I like the colors, and I really like the black. The black felt really nice when I wrote with it, so I'll probably try writing with that one some more. But that was my first impression of them. So that is my look at this teacher planner. I'm not a teacher. I can't tell you if this is good for you. It feels elementary school to me. Most of my time talking to teachers has been to my kids' elementary school teachers, so that's sort of where I have a better understanding. But as I'm not a teacher, I can't tell you if this is a good teacher planner or not. But for me and what I'm thinking about doing, I think I could MacGyver this into something that would work really well for me, or it could be a hot fucking piece of garbage. I don't know yet. So I think I'm going to set this up to try it at least in July and see how it works. If you are interested in me making a video of me setting it up as opposed to me just setting it up and showing it later on Instagram, make sure to let me know down below. And also, I've still got a few more planners lined up to keep reviewing as we are in mid-year plannering season. If there are any planners you'd like me to take a look at, please make sure to let me know down below. As usual, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.